Alright, welcome back, y'all. Unfortunately, Lime had to drop, so you'll just get some one-on-one commentary with me for the time being, but stick around and maybe we'll have some new commentators on soon, we'll see. Pause champ. So, let's see what everyone's up to. Skoa, still chugging along. Surf is just crazy good, as we all know. Rubentus is this... What fight is this on? I actually just started seeing him. This is Rourke. Okay, this looks like a pretty solid time if he can get past the Cranidos quickly. So could be on another good pace. Okay. Yeah, this looks like maybe it could be a high 28, which, yeah, 28 Rourke on this route is pretty solid. Yep, Skoa, or not Skoa, sorry, Rubentus, using this pretty cool identifier tech to know, okay, the play is to switch to Bidoof, because he can tell that he's going to get headbutt. Now going to Kricketot, has to actually heal Piplup. And then should get headbutt into Bubble, but doesn't kill because it doesn't get Torrent. Oh, and dies to the headbutt. Wow. Almost had the good play there of swapping around as needed, getting headbutt, but missed out on Torrent by 1 HP, I think. Or something like that. But he'll be going again. And then, yeah. Skoa just doing this epic cutscene with Giratina. Gonna enter the Distortion World soon. Less than an hour left in his run, if all goes well. The other runners, yeah, Crafted, Rubentus still in the early game. Well, yeah, Rubentus just reset. Yaxo is heading towards the Clowns and Rival 2. And March is still chugging along as well. Not sure if he hit any optionals or anything during the break. He just exited the fog route. I'm not sure how well that went. But this seems pretty good. I believe he's at least a few minutes ahead of where Skoa was at this point. So this pace still seems decent. I know after... What's his name? After Wake, he was about 3 minutes behind record, so potentially a 3:38 pace. And then might still be holding that. Yep, Distortion World for Skoa. This is where I kind of stopped learning because I didn't actually know how to get through the Distortion World. Place is kind of tricky if you're doing it for the first time. The perspective shift stuff in here is so cool, though. Really neat graphics. But yeah, there's no fights in here or anything, so it's pretty much just movement. And you're not biking or anything either, so just running back and forth, pushing some boulders, and so on. Yeah. Other than that, Yaksa's still holding it down. Getting the Poketch, talking to all the clowns. Yeah, March. About 5 minutes behind record now, so maybe had a rough fall ground while we were on the break. To go back and see what happened there. Yaxo just now beat Rival 2. Seemed alright. I think she might have gotten a burn on the Piplup, which might be fast. Not sure what turn that happened on, though. Here's rival fight for March. Uh-oh. Getting double teamed. Please hit a surf. Hits the surf. Okay. Alright, final Cyrus fight. Before Skoa. Luckily, Houndoom not much of a threat. March got through Bridge Rival without too much of a problem, it seems. Yaxo still moving along, should be at Rourke in a few minutes. Here's Gyarados. Man, the Surf still does so much damage. It's crazy. Earthquake. Whew. Nice. Survives. Has Torrent as well. Surf just taking things out. Alright. And March going to Byron's gym. This will be pretty straightforward, just like Skoa's was. Lots of grass knots and water moves and all that good stuff. There we go. Very nice, Cyrus. For this epic battle versus Giratina. Peak Giratina, that's right. Surely we won't just run away. Banger though. To hear it for a few seconds at least. Yaxo now getting Monferno. Means Rourke is up next. Near a Mach Punch. Uh-oh. Gonna be low HP here. Has to heal. Dodges the Rock Throw, which I think is nice. Nice pass there from Skoa. Not Tuber. Ooh, Headbutt doing a lot. Survives though, doesn't get crit, and wins. Nice. Nice job from Yaxo. We got 2 Empoleons in the late game now, though. Pretty cool. Skull will be wrapping up in a little over a half hour. March is a little over halfway done with his run as well. There's Byron, like 201-ish. Yeah, it's not bad. So this is, yeah, maybe also 340 pace. So it'll potentially be pretty close between March and Skoa in terms of final time. Seems like they both have potential for maybe a 339 or 340. Yeah, Skoa in Volkner's gym, the final gym leader. someone here of the splits of the current world record run. I don't know if there's like a list of them, but you can see them here. That is the current world record run. It has a 3:04:17 for the Volkner split, which is what Sko is on, and then March is going to Mars 2, I believe, which has a 2:06. Yeah, if my estimates are right, they're both about 5 minutes behind record. So they're both on maybe 3:40 pace. Nice pass from Skoa. You do not want to fight that optional in here. It's pretty slow. Got news that Skoa has a hunger headache. And you stick it out. Got a half hour left in the run, essentially. See this guy again. Very nice. And time for Volkner. We'll get a pretty decent pace comparison after this fight. Record has a 3:04 Volkner, so about 5 minutes behind right now. Oh, and Yeah, let's see Yaxo's Mars fight. Really low HP going into Perugly, so gonna have to heal turn 1. Yep, the super. Oh, and a Mach Punch crit. Wow. Clean from Yaxo. That was a really nice crit. Skips the Oranberry and everything. It's really, really good. Skoa's run with this pace, maybe a 341 potentially, would still put him in a solid 2nd place. Yeah, very much possible. We'll see how the Elite Four goes. Bum, bum, bum. Get some cool surfing movement from Skoa. Dodging the swimmers. Yeah, March was pretty much heading to Candace. Oh, to the Chansey. Wow, the Chansey just died on Yaxo's Pachirisu fight to a crit Spark. Okay. Oh, smart Mach Punch to go faster than the Bide. Yeah, okay, and Yaxo makes it through the Pachirisu fight. Not bad. Is Chansey dying a time save? I guess it would be a time save, yeah, in that situation. It might be, because you don't have to wait for Chansey to actually use moves, although could potentially be a time loss, since Chansey can also use Egg Bomb, and so maybe you beat the Pachirisu in like 2 turns instead of 3, for example. So in that scenario, I'm not sure which one was actually faster. The classic Blissey fight. Very slow HP bars. Yeah, Skoa just cruising through Victory Road. I don't think Victory Road is super scary for Empoleon, but there are a couple fights that, if you get really unlucky, can screw you up. I think later. And yeah, March is now in Candace's gym. We can use this as a decent pace comparison. So yeah, world record has a 2:15 Candace. Go. March setting up. Phew, okay. Crit might have killed there. But should be good now. Speaking of Yaxo, now on the Gardenia fight, which is not too bad for Monferno, but can still be annoying depending on what happens. Oh, dodged. Wow. That's unfortunate for March. Had, what's it called? Snow Cloak? Missed the Surf. Because of Frostlass's ability. Yeah, Snow Cloak. Wow. That's brutal. That's the last turn of the fight, too. You just have to hit the one Surf. Dang. Sorry, March. It was a good run, though. It was looking solid. It had probably 340, 339 potential. Yeah, Yaxo's only 4 seconds behind Dexy's run, so for a Chimchar run, this is very solid. On Yaxo's. Just beat Gardenia. Gonna do some shopping and stuff. And then the Jupiter fight will be coming up. Yep, and March tapping out. Alright, yeah. Well, now we've got a Yaxo sort of mid-game. We're almost done with the early game, I guess. Depending on what you consider early game. Still got Fantina and Jupiter. And then Skoa, yeah, in the last... only maybe 20 minutes left of this run. Early game for a Chimchar run lasts until Lucky Egg. True, yeah, Chimchar does get Lucky Egg with the Manip, yeah, and that's kind of like a key point. Yeah. Skull is still going along. Crafted and Rubentus are basically both doing. Or no, Rubentus is going to the school. Oh, did Rubentus reset? Oh, he might have lost Manip. Alright, Skull healing up, doing the PC heal. Before E4. Here we go. We might have a co-commentator join in a little while. Let's see. So far, so good for Skoa. Yaxo's still moving along. Crafted headed to Rourke in a few minutes, and Rubentus starting another run. .341 pace for Skoa's run, according to Rubentus. That would be good. That would be a solid second place, as we've been saying. Which is pretty nice. Yaxo catching the barrel. Oh, gets a burn, which... don't know if that matters for the catch rate in this scenario, but... doesn't hurt. Burn does improve the catch rates, according to Minnow. Okay. By 0.006%. So it might have mattered. Skoa rolling through the gym, or not the gym, the Elite Four. On to Sydney. Or wait, not Sydney. What's his name? That's the Hoenn one. Flint. That's what I'm thinking of. Why do I get them confused? They kind of have a similar vibe. They both have red hair or something, I think. And they have dark types. Except this guy is supposed to have fire types. Yaxo heading to Fantina. Oof, very nice movement. Hope for a good fight. Yes, at least Flint has some fire types. Quite a few fire types in Platinum. Compared to Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, basically the same game. Alright. Sorry for the absence. Let's see. Alright, we're here on, what's this guy's name? Lucian? Yeah, I knew it. Got up a barrel for a thief. Gonna get the lucky egg. Oh, okay. Skoa lives, the drain punch. Very nice. Orange Surf. Crushing it. Alright. The exciting fight with the banger music. Cat Jam. Do-do, 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 do-do. All right. Go, Skoa. My Loda getting destroyed. Nice, and that's a win. Very well played from Skoa. GG's to him. That should put him at a solid second place for this event. This is now the best Piplup run of the event. Yaxo still holds first place with Chimchar, but Skoa now has the fastest Piplup run for this weekend. Beautiful credits music with a 3:41:39. Yep. So, yeah, solid second place. That's almost a minute and a half faster than Crafted's Chimchar run. So now we got a Piplup sandwich with Piplup in the middle, and then a Chimchar in first and third. Yo, and we've got Skoa in the room.
Hello.
Hello. Congrats on your run, GG's.
Thank you. What a experience it was. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it was a fun watch. Let's see. What were some of the highlights? The Fantina fight.
But I say I lost
experience.
I lost a minute to Haunter. I was red the
Yeah.
whole run. Died on the fog route, then hit a spinner that was completely my fault. He was looking at like the way I needed to go the whole time, and I just thought I saw him move, so I went. Really, really stupid. And then I kind of stayed consistent for a while. Like after Cyrus, between Cyrus 1 and the end, I only lost that's like 22 seconds to my PB overall. I went from plus 338 to plus 401. So, like, if I hadn't made those mistakes on the Cyrus 1 split, that probably would have been event best. It might have been a 338, but it's whatever. I'm just happy I finished something, man. I was getting kind of worried.
Yeah, very nice. Yep, at least today was slightly better than yesterday for you.
Yeah, I wasn't looking like it, man. I had so many better runs this morning. I like my first reset this morning got to Jupiter on like I was like 45 seconds ahead of my PB out of Gardenia. Just got killed like just so much in the early game. And then that run was awful, and I was going into Fantina. I was like, "This is going to be the one that gets through. Like, it's just going to be because it's already so bad." So,
yeah, that spinner on the fog route, like, as my game feed, like, I can't see him like at all, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I just saw like the exclamation pop up, and I was like, "Oh, there's a guy there," which is the fog route is pretty annoying in terms of the fights and also just being able to see anything.
Yeah, unless you've got your monitor brightness cranked, or like you on the actual DS, you have to like tilt it forward so you can actually see the guy properly. It's so difficult, man. I know March had some incidents on the fog route as well today, which was tragic. It was really taking names today after everyone was pretty good with it yesterday. Yeah, it's funny what's like how different Platinum really can be, and like what's been killing people all day versus yesterday, for instance. Like Rubentus has been stuck quite a lot in the early game today, and he was getting quite a lot of runs up to like Gardenia and stuff yesterday. So, and I was kind of the opposite. I managed to get one through after getting basically nothing all day yesterday. So
yeah, very true. This game, I mean, it's a long run comparatively, so it's like it's tough because there is a lot of stuff sprinkled throughout the run that can be really rough. I mean, the whole early game is obviously pretty difficult with Piplup especially, and then you have Fog Route, which is like, I don't know, a couple hours into the run, and that can be really bad, as we've seen today.
I think the biggest kick in the ass is what March died to Snowcloak on Frostlass. I know Frostlass is my mascot and all, but man, that shit is horrendous.
Yeah, that was that was really unfortunate. Oof.
Yeah, I'm just happy I got something. And What? Where's that? That's second. That's put me.
Oh, that is, yeah, by a decent
it's
margin.
pretty good.
Yep.
I'd anticipate one of the guys, well, because Crafted might still be playing. I don't know. I think he just crit bit
yeah.
again. He's been having some
Oh,
issues with those guys, so maybe not. But
Yep. But Yaxo's still going. Rubentus is still going. It seems like.
yeah, so I'm anticipating that I probably. Oh, Craft is taking a break. Yeah, I'm anticipating I probably won't stay second.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll depend on maybe Rubentus or Crafted will get a bad fog route like you did. we'll see though. But Rubentus has had some really good early games today. He had like a 20, 28, 40 something Rourke, which is really solid. I forget. I think he lost Manep or something. But
yeah, Rubentus has had quite a few good Rourke times today. He's had a couple of good runs into Patchy as well, really early on in the day. He had a couple of really good ones into Patchy, and it's been walling a wee bit, but that's just what Piplup is, man. It's just wall after wall, and you just kind of hope that you get through it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna pop off. I just want to come in and just be like, hello, I did it. So
yeah, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Joining, and thanks for your participation in the event. It's been really fun. You were a fun run to watch for the past 3.5 hours. So thanks for keeping us entertained.
Yeah, that provided a lot of up and down entertainment. But yeah, I have like a couple things to care of. I still have to eat. It's 8 p.m. I haven't eaten yet. I'm starving, so I'm gonna go eat, shower, and if I still have time after all that, I might do one more, but we'll see.
Nice.
But yeah, GG's and good luck to the rest of the guys. I hope Yaxo's on a pretty good run right now, so I hope that sees all the way through.
Yeah.
I hope the rest of the guys get to continue. So.
All right, take care, and yeah, enjoy the food.
Thank you. I will.
Nice.
See ya.
See you later. All right. That was Skoagogo. Now, the second place runner for this event, fastest Piplup time. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll see him make a return later tonight. We will see. But yeah, like he was saying, I think without a couple of those mistakes that actually added up quite a bit, like, yeah, hitting that optional in the fog route, like, without that, that was probably almost, or yeah, that was probably over a minute. Like, that maybe could have been a 3:39 without that. But like we were saying, it's really hard to actually see on that route, like, and you have to react pretty quickly for that spinner. Alright, we're here on Maylene. Yaxo got through the Metatite. Okay, doesn't get crits. Very nice. Gonna take out Lucario with Flame Wheel. And here's the Machoke. Has to hit a Fire Blast, but does. Very nice. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, Rubentus has a heart rate monitor on his game feed. Let's see, sub 60 heart rate while playing in a high octane event. Platinum Barrier Blitz. That's the mark of a true PSR runner. Do we know if the 4 offline players will start more runs? We don't know for sure. We know a couple of people. We know that Crafted is going for a bit. Sounds like he'll be back later. March is not returning. March is done for the event. Skoa is also done, most likely. Maybe. He said maybe he'll do one more run if he has time, but there's not a guarantee. And I believe Woodland will be back later, or at least it plans, or sounds like it. But yeah, it's very late for March. I believe this is just this weekend. I don't know if there are any plans to re-continue this. I think today is the last day of the event. Alright, Yaxo still moving along. We can compare this to Dexy's run if we want, the Chimchar world record. Heading to Wake. Wake is kind of scary for Chimchar. More so than the Piplup route, I believe. Alright, Rebentis starting Rourke. This seems like it could be a pretty solid time. Starting the fight at 27. 27 flat. Yeah, Yaxo definitely still holding it down. This is maybe only, what, like 20 seconds behind Dexy's run, which is really good. Yeah, so this is probably like low 337 pace. That's pretty crazy, honestly. Alright. Yaxo's got a few more gym fights, and then it's time for Wake. Rebentis finished Rourke. I didn't see the final time, but I think it was pretty good. It was either a low 29 or high 28, which is, again, not bad. Less than a minute behind record. Yeah, just punching all these Azumarils and Marils in the face. Pretty standard. Not fairy type in Gen 4. So, goes down pretty easily. Alright, final gym trainer for Yaxo before Wake. Alright, the Gyarados had to revive, I think, and then Grass Knot will finish it off. Quagsire, gonna drop to Grass Knot. Very helpful that we learned Grass Knot here. And close combat takes out the Floatzel. And that's Wake. Not bad at all. That's a 1:35:36 Wake, I think. Wow. Yeah, so still within 20 seconds of Dexy's Chimchar record. Yeah, this is potentially 37 pace, 337 pace, maybe even 336 pace. Save some time. Yaxo's kind of popping off. This is pretty cool. Alright, Yaxo's cruising along. Rebentis heading to Windworks. Yaxo's saying potential 335 pace. If everything goes very well. Dang. So he's got time save as well. Yeah, this seems like a very solid run. Alright, and Rebentis on Mars. Here's the Perugly fight. This could be scary. Perugly is always a little scary. Yeah, has to heal the full here. That makes sense. You don't want to get like fake out crit or something. Pluck the Oranberry. Alright, Yaxo entering Fog Routes. This is big deal as well. Oof, okay. Ventus should be okay here. Nice, doesn't get crit. Survives. Made it through Mars. With a... should be about a 40 flat, maybe a 40 OX. Nice. Yaxo hits the Flame Wheel. Nice, yeah, that's like a 40, low 40. Which is, yeah, honestly very solid. This is a pretty good Piplup run for Ventus. Alright, and we've got Woodland back, so we've got 3 runners going now. 3 of the 6. Yeah, so 2 very good runs going right now. Both Chimchar and Piplup. These are eventually really good pieces. Alright, Black Belt Adam. The next Fog Route fight. It's the close combat. Let's go. Oh no. Okay, it's the close combat. Alo's falling asleep in chat. Oh, no, Rubentus. So unfortunate. Dang. Ooh, good pass from Yaxo. See how hard it is to see that spinner? It's very tricky to tell which way he's facing. Dang, yeah, Rubentus was on a really good Piplup pace there. But it's Piplup early game. What can you do? It's brutal. It is brutal. I don't know if the last attempt command has been updated. Oh, they have been. Nice. Do-do-do-do. Alright, yeah. Woodland and Rubentus back to square one. Back in the lab. You'd love to see it. And then here's Cyrus 1 for Yaxo. Let's see how this goes for her. Bum bum bum. Yo, hello Minnow. We've got a second commentator. Let's go.
Yeah, it can get kind of draining commentary. But yeah, how have the
welcome back.
runs been? I saw Skoa finished, like a 341.
Yeah, so Skoa got a solid run. Fastest Piplup time of the event. 341. Hit the optional at the end of the fog route, which was tough. Without that, it probably could have been a 340.
Damn, that guy has like 3 pokes, right?
Yeah, he's pretty slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Skoa said he just thought he saw him spin and he didn't, because it's hard to see him through the fog, so it happens. Yeah, and then we saw March get a pretty deep Piplup run. I forget how that died to Candace. He missed Surf on the Frostlass because of Snowcloak, and then he died to Shadow Ball or whatever. That was unlucky. That was also maybe like 340, 341 pace. Yeah, and then now Yaxo's on a very good Chimchar run, actually. Potentially 335 pace.
Wow.
Which is, yeah, really good.
Sick.
Yeah, so I think, for time zone reasons, March is tapped out for the rest of the event. Crafted will maybe make a return later, and then Skoa's probably also done. But maybe we'll see another run or two from him if we're lucky.
Yeah, March's time zone makes it pretty difficult to do this event.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, it's 3 a.m. I have to stop doing runs now. That's understandable. Yeah. But we're glad he was able to join, at least for the time that he could. And yeah. But anyways, Minnow has actually done runs of this category, while I have not. I've learned it a little bit, but I have not actually completed a full run yet, so
It's been a while, to be fair.
Now. Yeah. I was looking at the old boards. Minnow's still a strong runner though, 342 PB. Not bad.
It is cool. Actually, what are your thoughts on like? Because you're a Gen 3 runner, so I'm curious how you feel about like the run to bikes and just spinner setups.
Yeah, getting good at run to bikes is really satisfying in Gen 3, but it's also really nerve-wracking because like if you're on a good run and you miss it, it's just like so annoying. But like the Gen 4 setups are like, there's some cool ones like with the pause manips and that kind of work sometimes, but like in my experience, like most of them are just like reacting. Like you just stop and then you kind of react to when they spin, and as long as you have like decent reaction time, you're not gonna get hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is nice because it's like it feels more consistent, or at least like less nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say more consistent because I feel like bag manip is like super consistent, right? It's just slow.
Yeah, bag manip is really consistent. Yeah, but reacting is like the setups you do in Gen 4 are like they're more inconsistent because you have to wait for them to spin. Like you don't have good setups for that like to force them to spin or anything, like how you can do like run to bikes or run to walks in Gen 3. But I feel like it's easy in Gen 3 to like miss input and like not get on the bike or something, and or like accidentally run for an extra tile and then you just get caught. Which you can do that in Gen 4 as well, but you're not trying to do a bunch of inputs rapidly, so it's a little bit easier to like stop exactly where you need to.
Yeah.
But then like we saw on Skoa's run, like he got trolled a lot by some of the spinners. Like they were stuck for like 10 seconds just not spinning. And it's like, okay, this is kind of annoying. Like in Gen 3, you could just force them to look the direction you want them to, but you can't really do that here. But yeah, some of like the setups, like in the Valley Windworks, like you pass them and then you can kind of do like a run to walk, like pause manip there. Those are really fun. I haven't really learned any of them yet, but they look really, really cool when people pull them off.
Yeah, most spinners you can't really do stuff like that, but if you get, it's more like if you get the setup, you can then do like a run manip or a run to bike.
Yeah. Pretty interesting how that differs in this gen. Yeah, and then Gen 1 has like no spinners, and then Gen 2 has like insane spinners, but
the worst.
Yeah. I think I like Gen 3 and Gen 4 spinners, yeah, for different reasons. Like Gen 3, it like feels like a really big like skill check part of the run is like, okay, how consistent are you at run to bikes and stuff, and like how fast can you do them? Whereas Gen 4 is like a little bit more of like RNG check as well, because like you need them to spin at a good time, but then there's also like skill checks of like for the specific cases where maybe you do a setup and then you can do like a run setup or like a bike setup, and just like reaction time, like needing to react to them you want to react as fast as possible so that you can get past them sooner, just to save the frames. Yeah, so there's definitely like nuance to it.
Yeah, reaction time can actually be an issue in Gen 4, just because the bike is like 1 frame slower.
Oh yeah.
So if you're not locked in, you can get seen by them.
Yeah.
Whereas in Gen 5, the bike is 2 frames per tile, so you'd have to be zoned out not to pass in time.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and you're also like, you're trying to consider a whole bunch of other things, like trying to remember like, okay, do I have Torrent or Blaze, and like, okay, what's the next section of movement that I'm about to do? And so then you're already preoccupied, but then you also need to have good reaction time. So it's like kind of tricky.
Yeah, like the Sapphire like mid game just seems very execution heavy.
Yeah, like Sapphire's like, okay, you don't have to worry about reaction time at all, because it's just like, you do the movement, and you just try to do it exactly the same every time. Like, there's not really any variance as long as you do everything correctly. But
there's a lot to do correctly.
Yeah, there's a lot to do correctly in Sapphire and Emerald. Yeah.
Have you ran
in Gen
Emerald
4,
as well?
There's a lot of backups and stuff that you have to, or maybe not backups, but like NPCs. Like there's a lot of walking NPCs and stuff that can sort of screw with you. Like if you accidentally bonk or something, like they might be on a different cycle, and then you might have to wait for them. I get hit by those a lot when I run Gen 4. I haven't run Emerald, but I've seen a bit of Emerald. I think people say that the spinner passes and stuff in Emerald are even harder than in Sapphire, which I would agree with from what I've seen. There's some pretty tricky movement.
Yeah, I think my first exposure to Sapphire runs was 5 years ago, just watching Shiru do attempts.
Yeah.
I remember I think it was after Norman, there was the huge biking section all the way up to the weather place. Yeah. That was always exciting to watch.
Yeah, that was the old route that section was pretty tricky. Yeah, because there were a ton of trainers going from Norman's gym, and then you didn't teleport back to Watson's to Mauville at that point with that route. I think you biked to Route 103, surfed all the way to Route 110, and then went all the way back up where Rival 2 is, and then went to Route 119. Yeah, so there's a ton of movement just in that one section, between Norman and Rival 3. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but now we just teleport from Norman's gym to Mauville, so we skip half of that now, which is nice. But yeah, there's still quite a bit. And now with the late Brawly route, you have to go down that route, you go backwards through Route 110 now, and that's pretty tricky movement too, depending on how you do it. If you're going for optimal.
There's our run to bike there, right?
Yeah, there's 2 run to bikes actually. Depending on how you do it. You can do one with a bag manip and then one with a run to bike. I don't know how the optimal route does it now, but there's 2 pretty tricky run to bikes if you're going for both of them. Oh, alright, we've got Crafted back. So we got, yeah, all four of the runners that are expected to keep grinding are here. Yaxo's still moving along. This is still a pretty good run, I think. Yeah, a 158-ish. Byron, which is good. Yeah, wow, this is very solid. This is definitely at least on par with Dexy's 336 Chimchar run. So this is definitely on pace to beat his own best run of the event.
Yeah, Dexy's Byron time was a 1:58.14. So
Yeah.
he's neck and neck.
Yeah. Dang, this is sad. We've only got one Piplup runner left. Rubentis in a sea of Chimchars, he stands alone. That's the Piplup's enjoyer.
Are you a Piplup fan or a Chimchar enjoyer?
I'm a Piplup fan because my girlfriend will get mad at me if I say I like Chimchar. I think it's cool that both of them are pretty viable.
Yeah, until you get to like record attempts, Chimchar or Piplup do really well.
Yeah.
I think Piplup is better top end, and I actually think that for these kinds of like race event settings, Chimchar is just much better, much easier to get on runs.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're definitely seeing that this event. I mean, Yaxa's taken first place already by a comfortable margin, and then yeah, they're back on another potentially really good pace with Chimchar, because just being able to get out of the early game so much faster, or so much more consistently, is really nice.
Like this spinner coming up, there are 3 different setups that you can go for, depending on which direction you're passing them in and whether or not the galactic run is there.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that trainer pass is very tricky. Or like, there's a lot of actual depth to it, whereas I just always take it really slow because I don't understand all the different combinations.
Yeah, there's like 3 combinations and backups for each of the setups, so there's a lot.
Yeah. Like, that's something that, like, Gen 3, like, you don't really have that, because it's just, you basically just have one set movement, and you just try to do it exactly the same every time. So there's more, like, adaptation in Gen 4 with stuff like that, which is pretty interesting. Ventus just going through the first route here. Pretty standard stuff. So, cruising through Saturn. Without too much of an issue. The Chimchar route's always a little scary with the fire blasts, though. That's something that Piplup has going for it, it feels like. Just compared to what I've seen, like, Piplup's late game seems pretty consistent. Like, there's some things that can go wrong, but I mean, even Sko was saying, like, he maybe lost like 20 seconds or something to his PB in the in like the second half of the run, so really not too much in terms of major variance.
Yeah, there are like a couple fights that could kill you, but for the most part, you're using 100% accurate moves and you outspeed most Pokemon, so you just click Surf or Bubble Beam or whatnot and just win.
Yeah. Yeah, just Torrent, Surf, and like choice specs that you get later in the game is just so powerful.
Fury Swipe's miss there is really nice.
Oh yeah.
There's a very small chance that Purugly doesn't go for Fake Out here. I think it's never happened to Crafted, but it's happened to Dexy. Oh, that's not a good miss.
Gets the Fake Out. Close combat just blows this up though. Rubenta's still cruising along. Same with Woodland.
Yaxo is actually almost 45 seconds ahead of Dexy after Mars 2.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
206.34 versus 207.16. So, wow.
Yeah, so this is definitely 336 potential.
Oh, that's
At least.
unlucky. Got the
Oh,
injury.
wow. No.
Jinxed it. Do we know how far Yaxo kept Minute?
I'm not sure.
Maybe someone in chat knows. I imagine he got it at least to like, I don't know if he got it to Route 209, but I would imagine at least the gym. Because it's hard to get on a run this good without full Minute.
True.
So you save a lot of time with just consistent spinner passes by keeping Minute.
Oh, yeah. Here's the, who is this? Tropius, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm learning.
I believe Surf is a range with Empoleon, but with Infernape it's no problem.
Yeah, easy one shot. Yeah, I think, and it might require Torrent because I saw somebody two-shot it earlier, with Piplup or with Empoleon. Yeah, so
that
that's
would make
a
sense.
small benefit for Yaxo here.
I love the like aesthetic of the snow route. It's so pretty.
Yeah, the snow route is really cool. The weather effect is really neat.
No static, hopefully. Nice.
Very nice.
I noticed in Gen 3, I think if you trigger like static or effect spore, it shows up after the Pokemon has died.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
Like, yeah, but then in Gen 4, it's like it would show up before you hear the Pokemon's cry die. So it's
Yeah. I don't know if there's any place like in Sapphire, any percent or glitchless, where you would ever run into static or effect spore. I don't think you would. That's kind of
Isn't
funny.
there a Pokemon use Strength? Was it Roselia on the route like east of Mauville? Or do you not do that anymore?
Oh.
That might be the old route.
No, yeah, I don't think we do that anymore. Well, there is a Roselia like on CTB, but I think it has natural cure, not poison point.
Oh, it might be Emerald. Yeah.
Oh
Is
yeah, and
CTB
Sapphire
guaranteed
would
now?
one-shot it. Yes.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, CTB is like pretty easy with the new route. the late Brawly route is pretty easy, and then the early Brawly route, like the remake, was pretty easy too. Yeah, it was like even more free with the early Brawly route, but now the Wingull is a speed tie, which like can kind of be annoying, but
It's got like
not
supersonic,
that big of a deal.
right?
Yeah, and Growl, but as long as you're at like lowish HP, it's fine. But
Right, because of
Can
how
get
the
really
AI
unlucky.
works.
yeah. Yeah, it's just being able to afford an X attack, basically, that's really helpful.
Yeah, money is like really tight in Gen 3 runs.
Yeah, the money routing is like a super big part of it. Like that was one of the hardest parts of routing the new late Brawly route, is like how do you get the money for all the stuff that you need. Yeah, which makes it pretty tricky.
I guess that mostly comes from, I don't know if trainers give less money, but I know that you don't fight many trainers in Sapphire. Like compared to other Pokemon
Yes,
games.
exactly. Yeah. Even like Emerald, like there's kind of just more like required trainers, it feels like. So you kind of just get more money naturally. Yeah, even like glitched runs are relatively tight on money for Sapphire, just because yeah, like you fight like 4 trainers, like by the time you get to Roxanne, it's not very much at all.
Tackle.
Yeah, and you have to pay $50 for the museum, which is unfortunate. Yeah, like, it sounds like such a small thing, but it can actually have impacts on routing. Like, yeah. Especially in any percent when you need to buy, like, mail, and it's like one mail costs 50 Poké Dollars. So that's a whole mail that you can't afford if you go to the museum first.
I'm not familiar really with the new Sapphire glitched route. I know in the past there was it like some bad egg, lucky egg 1 in 32 thing, but now
That's Emerald.
oh, that was Emerald. Okay.
Yeah, Emerald still has that. There's a couple people that are working on a manip for that to potentially get rid of the 1 in 32, which is cool, but I think that's probably still a ways away. Sapphire has had so much stuff that's similar to Gen 4 glitched, which is really funny. Tentacruel was the meta for a long time, which was funny because it was like that happened like right when the debate between like Golduck versus Tentacruel and Platinum was happening. Yeah, and so Tentacruel was the meta for a while. Which was fun. But then, now, like, a few weeks ago, someone found Ace in Sapphire, and so now it's like a whole bunch of crazy stuff to beat the game right after Roxanne. Yeah.
Crazy.
And then Fire Red Leaf Green got a similar thing too, but it requires like 3 badges, I think. Yeah, and there's, well, it's not really tweaking, but it's what I've been calling tweaking. Me and Icy have been calling it tweaking. There's actually a new glitch in Sapphire that's somewhat similar to tweaking. And so it's like the parallels between, the parallels between Gen 4 glitch runs and Gen 3 glitch runs are kind of surprising, despite being entirely different games.
By tweaking, do you mean like loading and reloading an area on the bike?
Yeah, except it doesn't require the bike in Gen 3, so you can kind of just do it anywhere, even without the bike. Yeah, it's pretty broken. You can, like, get all the way to Evergrande, but you can't tweak past the waterfall, unfortunately.
That's really similar to Plat Any Percent, because you can you can tweak the Sunny Shore, but you can't get up the waterfall to Victory Road.
It's actually like crazy how many little things like that are very similar between that and like Plat. Yeah, and using just like an over-leveled Tentacruel. Because Sapphire has item duplication, so even though the encounter level isn't as high, you can just dupe like 30 rare candies and make up for it that way. Yeah, so it's pretty fun. Oh, and the introduction of battle manips, because like battle manips started being a thing in Platinum. I think it was in Platinum, right? Somewhat recently.
They've kind of been a thing in the past, like in like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Platinum. They've always kind of been known about, but they involved like saving and resetting and trying to hit a cluster of battle RNG seeds. Now we've kind of reversed the process, and we're now looking at the fight, looking for distinctive outcomes, and trying to identify the seed based on that. So if you see like in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Whitney's Clefairy uses Metronome, which is a great indicator of telling what battle RNG seed you're on.
Yeah.
This Metronome can hit can choose like 800 different moves or whatever, like 400.
Yeah. Yeah, and so like that's what we've been seeing people doing today, like Rubentus going to Rourke or like Gardenia, and like we're like, oh, why is he like pausing in the middle of the fight? And it's because he's checking the calculator to see like, okay, what is this identifier and what does it mean?
Yeah, and if you've identified a fight, generally just means that like you might lose a turn, but you're guaranteeing a win, which is more important.
Yeah, yeah, really cool strat.
Yeah, shout out to March and TTS for putting a lot of effort into creating the tool that allows us to do that.
Yeah, like the battle simulator, basically.
Yeah, they went through the assembly code. I think they had to rewrite the entire battle engine, which is entirely written in assembly.
God. And then, and so then Sapphire actually pretty recently started doing battle manips too, which was like, no one ever thought we were going to be doing that because it always seemed too hard.
How does that work? Don't you have to be like frame perfect? Like a lot?
Yeah, so in Glitchless, people have started doing the manip for Aqua Pooch in the Petalburg Woods, which you want to be frame perfect to guarantee like the right parity for the battle RNG. But we actually found like a cluster of outcomes that works on even and odd parity, so you can still get a good fight regardless, actually.
So it becomes like a 2-frame window or something?
Yeah, basically. And then the other tech is that there's sort of weird interactions with multi-hit moves, like Bullet Seed. So depending on like how many times it tries to, like, if it rolls like a 4-hit versus a 5-hit, like it'll advance an extra 4 or 5 times. So you can actually find like a cluster of using Bullet Seed and it'll always put you on the same parity because it's like maybe this
because
one,
it would like realign.
Yeah, it realigns basically.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so that's the meta in any percent now, is instead of Mudkip, you run Trico, and you skip all the gym trainers in Roxanne's gym, and you start fighting Roxanne at level 8, and then you just win Bullet Seed. It's pretty crazy. This saves like a minute over Mudkip, which is really cool. But yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a really goofy strat. But yeah, and like you get to skip all the potions and stuff because you manip a 3-hit Bullet Seed, puts it like just above heal range, and then manip it to use Harden, and then you manip a 5-hit Bullet Seed, and then it just wins the fight. It's really fast.
I don't know if it's public, Darkrai. You could join March's Discord and ask him.
Oh, this is scary. Oh, okay, nice, Yaxo. Got confused, missed the range on that Golbat, and then got confused, hit self, but then survived the second one. That was close.
It's got Blaze going into Cyrus. Or do you... I forget if you take the heal here yet. No, yeah, he already took it, I think. Now is like an ideal time to take a break if you wanted to.
Oh, true. If Tucker wants to join in, I think if Tucker's doing something, I can wait until Yaxo's run is done, maybe. But yeah, if Tucker would like to join in, feel free.